Now we're ready. Pace picking up. We're going to cut loose the four cylinders of Fury out of turn number 4. And Holly's got a good start down the inside. I know what I did now. I know I'm with you. She'll slide up high into the skittery stuff. 5 wide. Back into number 3 position onto the next straightaway. And that got real crowded real fast. And everybody drives out of it. And here comes a charge down the inside. Digging for all he's worth in the 91 car. Plays your trucking ride into the number 3 spot for Kevin Bayer. Bayer pedals her off down into the turn number 3, trying to work it. We still got them side by side back in the field. Meanwhile, Carrick up front, Holland running second on the field, followed by the 91K car. Bayer holding down P3, and again, we're looking for passing points. You got to run a gun and coming from the tail, maybe from the tail. So let's look back through the field. It's a tremendous tussle taking place for not last. The 5 car finally able to get out there. Presley Trudson has started not well as cross flags come out halfway through for Carey because he's trying to win a race home. Holland running second, top 3 separation. Grady Chandler, 23X car running in the number 4 spot. And the 9H car, Emilio Hoover. Hoover had started dead last on the field, and he has picked off 1, 2, 3, 4 cars as he is working. And look out, got himself crossed up down turn number 3 and 4 and checked up traffic, and he's got a battle behind him. 3-car tussle taking place down into the corner. And a big charge coming off the bottom for Kaylee Bryson. Bryson, one of the lady racers out here with us, has got a pretty good dig and moved into one more spot on the field, into the number 6 position for the 11K car. She'll slide up high, open up the door. 32 of Gray Marcham's going to slide on through and take the whack away as the white flag is out up front for your race leader, Carrick. Now to turn number 2 and down the back straightaway, hustles it. Keeping the old RPMs up on the 71K car, the Toyota singing a merry tune. There's checkered flag. We'll put heat race number 1 into the books for the POWRi Midgets. Battle is going to be for the number 3 spot. Great run there at the tail for Trey Marcham. 32 car able to get the number 4 spot. So Bayer Marcham and Emilio Hoover from the tail of the field rounding out the top 5, and I'll fall into my rhythm here in just a little bit. Oh, so fast. We'll find out. He starts to the outside of row number 4. Green flag comes out. We're underway at 3 wide for the race lead. Jerry Coons Jr. down the inside, strike first, strike hard, comes up, nudges out of the way, and he's looking for the number 1 spot, and Bell is going to take it from him out of 2, and down into 3 and 4, and Coons has got to come back at him. Christopher Bell trying to step out on him. Coons has got to run down the inside, 1 stop, caution flag comes out. Caution flag comes out. Klossmeyer was right there trying to dance the tango. And unfortunately, the 7M car stopped down in turn number 3. No, that's not the 7M. That's one of our other cars. That's the 2 car. The 2B of Brett Becker stopped down in turn number 3. Swap motors last night. Yeah, Roscoe, we're fighting a little something. Look out. Speaking of fighting, that's exactly what Christopher Bell's doing to the number 21 car down into the corner. Had that baby hopping and skipping. Stays on the gas. Coons is right there with him out of the corner. Klossmeyer trying to come to call for the number 2 spot. Linkenfeld Excavators, number 27 car working at number 3 position. Beyond him rolls the number 35, Sterling Kling. He is 4th on the field. So we'll take her down into the corner. Top 4 maybe not separating out, and the 2B car's off the pace for the record. Becker just cannot get that thing going. He pulls the infield calls of the night in this heat race, anywho. He's up front. It is Christopher Bell. Cross flags coming out. He'll bring her through. Just a couple more laps around. 4 in the books, 4 to go. Jerry Coons hanging on to him. We'll call it that. About 3, 4 car lengths down the back straightaway in turn number 3 and 4. Klossmeyer starting to change up the lane. Goes top shelf. Wheelies that baby out of the corner. At the 27 as he's putting the whip to it. Trying to run down to his top 2. 35 car. Sterling Kling still rolling along 4th on the field. You got a gap between 3rd and 4th. So we went down into turn number 1 and 2. No hop, skip, and a jump into the corner. White flag comes out for Bell up front. Coons is reeling him in. Not much, but it's a little bit each and every turn of the wheel. Trails by .526 that time across the stripe. Coons ain't going to get to him this time. I can assure you of that. His checkered flag comes out. Bell picks up the win. Coons goes 2nd. 3rd is going to be Klossmeyer, top 3. 35 car. Kling goes 4th. And Chance Morton rounds out your top 5. And he raced number 2. On the front row, we'll see how this works out for us. Shoemaker set to bring the field to life and has a blistering pace into turn number 3 and 4. Watch for the green flag this time. Here we go. This one's going to be good. I can feel it in my bones. 67 Logan Seavey out to the early race lead. A little 3-stride stair-step formation back in the field. We're going to stomp and romp down the back chute. Caden Morton looking wide in the 8M car. Draws up alongside, a little touching of the tires down turn number 3 and 4, and into the front chute. The 44 car, my goodness gracious, just slinging sod all over the place off of Wesley Smith in the 44. Bounces into the number 2 spot. Forget about CV. He's smoother than chicken lips out front. He's going to step out on him, and everybody else is going to hustle and try to hang on to him. Here comes Morton, 8M car. Cade working free outside of row number 2 into the number 3 spot now. He's got some clean air and clean track to work with. Let's see if he can run down to number 44, Wesley Smith. Smith, the Nixon, Missouri runner. Picked up about 9 wins last year across midgets and sprint cars. So definitely can get the job done. Not able to run down CV up front, not a surprise. CV bad fast in the Mobile 1. Number 67 car's got a straightaway advantage on the rest of the field. The all-metal recycling number 44 solid in number 2 spot. Looked out, Morton bicycled up. He'll open up the door to the 3 cars coming back behind. And we got a hot hustle down into turn number 3 and 4. And it's getting racy. Number 4 spot's up for grabs, and they're going at it tooth and nail out of turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Here comes the number 17, Austin Brown. Brown down the inside, pestering on Shoemaker. Shoemaker was able to smack him down once. Behind him, Alex Bright in the 56 car is going to go out wide out of turn number 4, and Bright's got a plan. Watch it into 3 and 4. Ramped off the front straightaway wall. Not necessarily the plan I would have went with. We'll see if it's able to use that. Down the back chute. White flag is out for CV up front. Forget about him. He's way out in front. Look out, crossed up. Front race leader. Caution flag's going to have to come out. That was coming out of the battle back there, but my goodness gracious. What a green flag coming out. Nope, white checker finish. Green and white coming out together on this one. We'll finish it off. Watch Alex Bright in the 56 car back here. He's the one that may have a shot at picking up a spot. Down into the corner, he'll runner deep into turn number 3. Take it to the wall almost. Gas it up. He was looking for an opening down the inside, not to be found. Checkered flags out. We'll put that one into the books. Held off the gas monkey, though. CV picks up the win up front. Almost a full second advantage in what was basically a 1-lap dash. Wesley Smith, the 44. Is that kettle corn now that they're making, or? I don't think it's either one of those. Set to go. Good start up front. Hot and heavy already down in turn number 1 and 2. And oh my, he's got her back on Hodges 44S and Felker. And I thought Felker was going to power out of there like a rocket ship. That's not the case. Gets his pocket picked by Beeson, who goes into the number 2 spot, AJ car. Battle back behind. For the record, 42 car coming from the tail of the field. He's starting to mow him down. There's a good charge into the number 3 spot off the bottom for Tyler Thomas. 91T cars. Look out, where are you going? Oh, Evil Knievel down into the infield. Caution flags coming out for that one. Got her jacked sideways down there and just stayed on the throttle for Sam Johnson. That thing was pointed towards the ginormous moon that we had last night. Up front, set to bring his field back to life. 7 laps still remain. Again, we're running for passing points. Top 40 in passing points from all these heat races go to the qualifiers. And a good start. That 47 or 44S rather of Andrew Felker, that little Scandinavian flick in the corners. We got one up and over, and that's Sam, who was having a bit of a misadventure down this corner. He got the shoes knocked off of it and everything else. You can see him moving around there. He's okay. But this is not his night. My goodness gracious. So there you go. Capitalize on your speed shift VIP. Here comes green flag. We're back underway. 7 laps still remain. We didn't get that lap into the books, obviously. Around we go. Watching Felker. I totally forgot about that on a restart. I lost myself in the whole deal. Down into the corner we come. He's not doing it now. He didn't do it that time. You'll see it's very obvious what he does. Tyler Thomas is pursuing in the number 3 spot. And back behind that scramble, the 42, I told you to keep an eye on Hank Davis coming from the tail of the field. He's got 3 championships here in the micro sprints. He has worked past a couple cars and now is going to work on Blake Edwards, or not Blake Edwards, Ryan Bickett rather, the other 17 carts out on the racetrack. That'll be your battle for 4th, and the battle for 2nd may shape up. A little slip of the grip though for the 42 car. Leave Jonathan Beeson all by his lone up front. One up and over down turn number 3 and 4 all by his lonesome tail of the field. So Mitchell Davis capsizes the unit. Official out there at the top. See what happens. 4 laps. Scored into books. 4 laps to go. He'll pick up the pace. We're on the throttle. Here comes Felker. Felker Once the gunner tightened up down on the inside, 44S car digs his way out of the corner, pulls 2 car lengths over the number 91T of Tyler Thomas. A little different look here in 2019, at least what I'm used to seeing, I believe. In pursuit, top 3, a bit of a gap to get back to Ryan Bickett in the 17B car. Bickett doing pretty good for you. Somebody's used to having a wing on top. Holds off the challengers from back behind and hangs on to P4, at least for now. Bickett working to burn him down on the inside, kind of wheeling her up. He'll dig her down into the corner. Beeson laying some gone on him. He's going to bring her out. It'll be a white flag, this time by the starter stand. Down in the corner, we're going to put this one into the books. Looks good. Looks real good for Jonathan Beeson. Taps the binders, punches the throttle, checkered flag comes out. Heat race number 4 is complete. Done deal. Tyler Thomas goes second. Andrew Felker to 44S third. Ryan Bickett and Blake Edwards your top 5. And now takes into heat race number 5. But first, Ross Ripper, I believe, Stanton SR11X underneath the hood. If you hear about the Stanton SR11 and it's Stanton SR11X, the 11X all aluminum. The 11, not. Cast block. Here we go. Good start for Carter. Sarf takes him down into the corner. We're going to sling him up high. And here comes Zeb Wise around the outside. 39 BC cars on the hunt down to the inside. Looking at P3 on the field for Zeb. So gas it out of the corner to pick up a spot. As unfortunately the 10-car bicycled up. John Hunt drops back. And he is under full-scale attack out of everybody that follows along behind. Gas it down into turn number 3 and 4. Top 3 trying to break away. 08 car kind of stuck back there. Trying to make something happen as your race leader up front, Sarf. Showing away. Zeb Wise on the attack for the number 2 spot. Nicholas Marshall Ride got it just as the caution flag comes out for one stop down the corner. Now Stack is back up again. Both her parents raced. Actually, her mother set a bunch of records drag racing. Very famous drag racer. Green flag's out and away we go. McIntosh on the attack, pressured Hunt. Now to turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. 08 car trying to come from the tail of the field. Zeb Wise made short work of him. McIntosh is going to have to work a little bit harder. His cross flags are out up front. Here comes Zeb looking for the race lead. 21 KS cars got it, at least momentarily. Down the back chute. Sarf showing away. Wise right there with him, keeps him coming. Could not make a move on him. So we'll take her across lap number next. 2 laps ago, that time by the starter stand. Zach Doms right there, your 3-time champ with the series. Just getting back from New Zealand. He was down to Kiwi Land racing for a number of months. As the white flag comes out for Sarf. Sarf able to hold off Zeb Wise. That's saying something. Zeb follows and pursues into turn number 3 and 4, but it ain't going to happen for him. He's got a big misstep coming down the corner. That's not the case. Checkered flag flies. And a 08 McIntosh was able to battle from the tail of the field into the number 4 spot and run down to top 3, and just too little too late, unfortunately. So it's Sarf, Wise, Dom, McIntosh, and Tony Bruce Jr., your top 5, coming out of heat race number 5. Green flag comes out, 8 laps of this. It's looking for the passing points, and that's not a good start up front. That's going to go horribly awry. Yep. Biscuits. Jesse Colwell, I believe, the one's upside down here on the front straightaway, and that just got real crowded. Too fast. Down the front chute, we had a whole bunch of sheet metal and a little bit of real estate. So we get set to go back to green down to turn at number 4. All 8 laps remain on this. He raced number 6 of 7. Gas him up. Away we go. A little better start that time. 15 car came to life. Much more so than the last time we tried this. The wheels out wide. A little slip of the grip is going to go up 2 spots down in turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, up front, your race leader rolling down the front chute. Alex Sewell. Cal Jones scored second on the field. Looked like he was going to be able to make a run at that number 1 spot. That's not the case. Drops back by 3 or 4 car lengths. Goes all the way up to the cushion. Opens himself up to attack. He's down low on the racing surface, trying to hump the hub. Down the corner, Mark Chisholm, teammate to Alex Braid out here this weekend. Had a pretty good run through turn number 3 and 4. He gave it right back in turn number 1 and 2 that last time. As he pedaled her up a little too high on the racetrack. Top 2 is where the battle will remain. And keep your eye on him. Kyle Jones is right there, 14E car. Peddler down through. Carrick pulled off the racetrack for the record. I didn't think that car looked, I think the car looked right. Cross flags are out, 4 in the books, 4 to go. And Jones not going to be able to run. Lost his grip on Sewell up front, who's slippier than a snake in a barrel of butter as he rolls out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway, just walking the dog on him, pulling out by over half a second advantage, 0.875 the last time through. In trouble for the number 14E. Jones off the feed, down the back chute, caution flag's going to come out. See, he's on the top shelf, couldn't get himself down into the infield. That thing just shut down like somebody blew the lights out. Sal Stacks, he chuckled about it. We're okay. Green flag's out. 3 laps to finish this one off. Battle's going to be for the number 2 spot, perhaps. 10B, Lance Bennett's right there. Bennett's got to drive up on Chisholm. Maybe not. Bennett gives it right back to him down turn number 3 and 4. A little shot in the shorts from Jake Newman. 3N car is going to look down the inside the number 10, trying to pick off the Colorado runner. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Newman just a tick lower on the racetrack. Almost got her into the berm. White flag is out up front for Alex Sewell. Got him covered. Of that, there is no doubt. He'll race his way down the back straightaway. Power slide into turn number 3 and 4. Gas it to the checkered flag. We're going to put a heat race number 6 into the books. That one is complete. Mark Chisholm goes second on the field. Lance Bennett, the 10B car, and Jake Newman and Merrill Lamb round out the top 5. They're driven to save lives. Priority Aviation, Stanton Race Engines, number 47 BC. Getting set to bring this one to life. Your final heat race of the night for the POWRi Midgets. And a good start for Laser down on the inside. Back behind, watching the Macho Man, Brady Bacon, trying to get himself out of the field. 21H car into the number 3 spot on Hunt and on the prowl. Down into turn number 3 and 4. And a lot of action taking place back behind. A little bump in the grind, and we got one crossed up. He's able to continue on, and oh my, we could all have a yard sale on the front stretch. Everybody was able to get out of it, however. Gets the 4 cars up front, however, a breakaway, and down into the corner. As Laser leads the charge onto the front chute, working that berm down low. Here comes the 28 Ace McCarthy. Right back at Bacon. Bacon had the number 2 spot temporarily. McCarthy back into P2 on the field. Bacon shuffled back, or shuffled up through, rather. And that's 28 car. Blake Hahn's right there as well. And unfortunately, Bacon somehow lost his momentum. Cross flags come out. We got 4 scored in the books, 4 to go. As Bacon goes to work on Blake Hahn. Hahn keeps him held off at least for now. With a good drive coming out of the corner. Blake's car is hooked up and hammered down. Got a good drive out of the corner. Not so much good into the corner. Bacon a little quicker getting in. But Hahn much quicker getting out. Now the 15 car comes to call. Cole Bodine reels in. Brady Bacon looks to the inside and got him picked off for the number 4 spot. Bacon working the wheel hard. And the 21H gives up a position. And that is unlike Brady Bacon to go backwards through the field. We're going to do a little tweaking on the unit before he comes back later on. Look out! Blake Hahn had her biked up big time. Had her set on a right rear tire, and that was anything touching terra firma down in turn number 1 and 2. So white flag comes out up front for Andrew Laser. Hot and heavy 3-car battle down into the corner, taking place back behind. Shuffle on to 3 and 4. Andrew Laser is going to pick up the win. Ace McCarthy is going to hang on to the number 2 spot from there on back. Blake Hahn rounds out the top 3. Bacon able to battle back up through. Bodine rounds out your top 5. That'll do it for the POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League Heat Races. Heat race number 7 complete.
Zach Moody, Michelle Decker brings them out of turn number 4. Green flag flies, and here we go. And it's going to be Zach Moody taking the early advantage. Michelle Decker riding into 2nd position. Mitchell Davis racing in 3rd, and the young lady out of Kennedy, Minnesota, Presley Trudson, challenging for that 3rd spot, but she'll get on the bander to settle into position number 4. Lance Bennett now, and John Hunt in car number 10, moving up, and he will move up and take over position number 4. Presley Trudson getting out of shape, coming out of turn number 2. She will lose several positions. Zach Moody stretching out the advantage right now. 4 laps are down, 4 to go. John Hunt really moving up through the field. He is up to 3rd now. Kyle Jones out of Kennedale, Texas, up into the final transfer spot of 4th. Zach Moody in the 17C has checked out. 6 laps are down, working the white flag lap next time by. And there it is, Zach Moody. 1 lap away from the checker flag in tonight's C-Main, and 2 cars getting together. Looks like Presley Trudson is one of those cars, and I think the other one is the 71 of Jesse Colwell. Making several visits with the National Midgets as well. Looking for the green flag. There it is. Here we go. Zach Moody. I don't know what they did to that car between his heat and his C-Main, but they have made some drastic changes as he now will take the white flag. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It's going to be Zach Moody getting the win. Michelle Decker finishing in 2nd.
Loose. Set to go. Emilio Hoover, non-H car, sitting down on the inside, run number 1 to 44. Wesley Smith to the outside. Both of them very quick earlier on in heat race action. Hoover, regular right here in Creek County and over at Port City, where we'll be on Sunday. Hopefully you're joining us for all 4 races of the Turnpike Challenge. Green flag comes out, and fierce and feisty down into turn number 1 and 2. I was watching back through the field. Thought we were going to stack them up. We got a 3 wide out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Here comes Wise. Zeb fired through the middle of the pack. The 39 BC car ran out of real estate, tapped the binders, got back onto the throttle. He's into the number 2 spot. What a drive up through the field for Zeb Wise and the 39 BC. My goodness gracious. Oh, tip of the hat to him. Race leader up front, Trey Marcham showing away the 32 car out turn number 4 down to front chute. Wise trying to reel him in. Battles now for the number 3 spot. Jake Newman got down threw down on the inside. The 3N car still under full scale attack on Lance Bennett, the Colorado runner, in the 10B car. Pestering into turn number 3 and 4. Still side by side back behind a little battle, and Leaper into field. And again, we're running for those passing points. That 21 car trying to find his way up through the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Not used to seeing him in that hot rod. Races his way down into the corner, currently scored back at the number 6 spot for Bacon in the 21H. He's looking to the inside now of the Gas Monkey. No, Gas was able to pick him off, and Gas is working that thing all over the place. He is driving like a man possessed in the 20G cars. He'll go out wide and try to sweep onto the front straightaway, and that allows Bacon to get 2 of them down on the inside. A twofer for Bacon in the 21H car. Got him. Goes into P4 on the field. Bring it across. It'll be 4 laps to go this time out of turn number 4 for Marcham up front, who is untouchable. Zeb Wise cannot reel him in. As a matter of fact, Zeb has fallen back into the clutches of Jake Newman in the 3N car. As Newman reels in to Clausen Marshall ride. Newman looking solid down the inside, kind of coasts that left front tire around the berm. Down at turn number 3 and 4. Turn number 1 and 2 working about half a car width up off the bottom. Bacon can see him, can't get to him in the 21H car, and Noah Gas rounding out those top 5 as Marcham continues to show the way. He had started on row number 2. You see the flamage coming out of the pipe on the 32 car. He's got her revved up to the white flag. We'll take her around one more time on a quarter mile here at Creek County Speedway and put this one into the books. Wise at number 2 spot, Newman 3rd. They look solid. We got them in freight train formation down the back chute. Here comes the checkered flag, and that one's a done deal on qualifier number 1. Boomski. Great battles taking place back behind to the checkered flag. So 10 car of Lance Bennett gets picked off by Wesley Smith on those final 2 corners. So Marcham, Wise, Newman, Bacon, and Gas, your top 5. Then it was Smith, Bennett, Edwards, Bayer, and Hoover. That's how it stacked up. And Emilio Hoover went from really, really good in the heat race to not so good in this qualifier. So tough break for the 9H car. Mr. Courtney. Speaking of moons, I think you got a brother. Here comes green flag, and away we go. Holly Holland, for crying out loud. No. Qualifier up and over. Got snapped down in turn number 1 and 2. That thing caught and biked in, and that was the thing. It came out and worked on the track and gave her a little more bite down here in the corner. It was a little too much bite for Klossmeyer. Exits. He is out. Green flag coming out. Klossmeyer not able to continue on. Holland down on the inside. Gassing around, got Sarf to the outside. Sarf got her bike back onto the one tire, that right rear tire, dug into the sod and shot him down the back straightaway, but he almost had his unit up and over. He's back behind. Carrick settles into the number 3 spot. Here comes the 8J car. Jonathan Beeson now will call on those top 3. Good battle back in the number 5 spot as well. Looking for a little side-by-side action. Sarf's going to run down Holland up front. Holly's a little bit of a sitting duck in a 67K car. Sirius XM ride. And here comes a look down the inside. Runner deep. Take it side-by-side with Holland. Holland shuffle back to the number 2 spot. And Carter goes to the point. Out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. And Team Ripper now on the gas as Carrick goes to work on his teammate. A little slicey-dicey to the outside. Goes to 71K. Goes right up to the cushion. Working at new moisture to be found. And then maybe not that time, but that lane's coming. It's coming. And he's rolling around the outside on Holland. Holland, the 67K car lies just ahead. Carrick's got a game plan, and I think it's a good one. Watch the 71K. Might be able to get a twofer before it's all said and done. Cross flag's coming out. He's got Holland picked off. And now out ahead, Carter Sarf sits in that number 1 spot, but for how long? As Tanner Carrick's got the sleeves rolled up, working hard back behind. Meanwhile, Holland under attack now by Jonathan Beeson, the 8J car down the inside. He'll pick off the number 3 spot. And Holly is going the wrong direction. That battle for the race lead has not yet come to fruition. It might this time out of turn number 4. Here comes a big run by Carrick down in. Jumps the cushion. That'll cost him some time. A little too rambunctious down into turn number 3. Spun the tires on it. He'll go to the inside down turn number 1 and 2. And now the 8J of Beeson's right there. Beeson's impressed me here tonight. 8J car one to watch here in POWRi competition. I can tell you that as he works to the inside, wheelies it up. He's going to ride it all the way down the front chute on Carrick. And Carrick's got company as around goes Sarf in the 21 car. Caution flag coming out on that. He gave up absolutely everything. Had this one just about in the bag for the 21KS car, and unfortunately for him, he's facing into oncoming traffic. 2018 POWRi Rookie of the Year. Beyond the wheel of the 21KS car. Although those passing points do not count, your passing points awarded only from your official starting spot, not from where you have to go, or everybody'd want to go to the back. Comes the green flag, and away we go. 2 laps to go in qualifier number 2. Carrick and Beeson leading the charge down in there. Holly Holland running in that number 3 spot. We'll get that ironed out here sooner or later as the white flag comes out up front for Carrick. Got him covered. Got to keep it planted, however. This is definitely hammered down. Hero dirt. That's what Tanner Thorson calls it. Here comes the checkered flag. Shout out to Tanner, by the way. Hope he's feeling better. Recovers quickly. We'll put that one into the books. Qualifier number 2, a done deal. It's going to be Carrick up front. Beeson, Holland, your top 3. Felker and Bodine, your top 5. And now to roll us into qualifier number 3. So we appreciate everything that they do for racing, and it's like 65,000 races on there last year. Here we go. Green flag coming out. 10 laps of distance. Qualifier number 3. Good start down on the inside. Cade Morton looking to lead the charge. Got some company out of Hahn. Hahn's not able to get there. Morton rips back around the outside. And here comes a challenge now out of McIntosh. And he's got wheels up and hammer down onto the front straightaways. Can he squeak it through? Got it. Picked him off in a 08 car. McIntosh goes to the point. Down the back straightaway. Wow, just blazed around the outside of him. The scooting Scotsman goes up to the point. Back behind, everybody scrambling, trying to find a position. Zach Dahm looking down on the inside. Goes to work from that number 4 spot on Christopher Bell. The 21 car is not up front, which is a bit of a surprise, if I must say so myself. He'll run her down off the banking, grab a little gravity, look at the inside of Hahn. Hahn so far able to hold him back. Christopher Bell in the number 3 spot. Dahm rounding out those top 4, and then a little 4-car cluster down in turn number 3 and 4, and they're still in a split formation like Blue Angels onto the front straightaway. Now that mix comes the number 18 car. Tony Bruce Jr. from the back row's got 4 of them picked off, picking up a lot of points, and Bruce looking to be one of those top 16 going to the big dance. As cross flags come out halfway through for your race leader up front. Cannon McIntosh has got a rocket ship. just laying one on him. Here comes Bell. Good drive out of turn number 2. Goes around Hahn into the number 2 spot with a bold move down the back straightaway. And now could focus on running down to your front runner, but the laps are dwindling with just 4 to go. That time by the starter stand. And Christopher Bell's got his work cut out for him. He's going to pick up the win in qualifier number 3 as McIntosh lays it into the cushion. Rookie runner snaps that baby into turn number 1 and 2. Settled down. It's fun to watch him behind the wheel of the race car, too. Not a lot of arm movement coming out of Cannon McIntosh. Now working to slick in turn number 3 and 4. What's he doing? Changing up the lane as the race leader. He was up on the cushion. Now he's trying to middle of the racetrack on for size. You don't see that very often. Trying to find something a little quicker. He doesn't like the cushion. Now he's down on the berm a little too low. Caught the front end. White flag comes out. Still maintains an advantage over Christopher Bell running into number 2 spot. C. Bell still pursues. Blake Hahn rounds out those top 3. Dom 4th, and then an 18 of Tony Bruce Jr. from the tail of the field into the number 5 spot. Checkered flag comes out. McIntosh puts a stamp on this qualifier. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Here we go. Green flag coming out. Oh my, big charge down into the quarter for Ace McCarthy. Trying to run away and hide very early on this one. He's going to drag along Andrew Laser. Laser around the outside with 3 wide momentarily into the number 2 spot. He looks very sexy in that 47 BC car. Goes P2 on the field to 25, following back through. Jerry Coons into number 3 spot, and then it gets hot and heavy from there on back. Logan Seavey rounds out 4th. We're still side by side all the way back through the field. Here comes around at your race lead. Laser down the inside. Can't quite find the traction. Back in walking around as he spun the tires coming out turn number 4. Onto the front chute. So I thought we were going to send one into the fence at the tail of the field. He got it recovers. We're 3 wide back in the field through turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front chute. My goodness gracious. Out of that battle comes Tyler Thomas in the 91T car. He'll peel off another one out turn number 2 and move into the number 5 spot. Thomas is on the prow. Here he comes into turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, up front, your race leader McCarthy takes him around. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all stuck together like a big wad of chewing gum out turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Andrew Laser doing a phenomenal job trying to hold him off. He goes right to the cushion. Cross flags come out. We're halfway through. 5 in the books, 5s to go. Coons still working the bottom of the racetrack. The number 25 car, 67 of CV's back there as well. 4 cars, then a split back to Tyler Thomas, who continues to hold off Sterling clinging to number 35. Just kind of watching Coons. Coons much lower on the racetrack at the number 25. Trying to shorten it up the old quarter mile. Working down the inside of Laser. He's working harder on trying to bring that lane in. Laser, the momentum winning out on the top shelf. At least it did last time. He'll do it again this time. But Coons might be able to get hit too. Watch him. Laser missed out. Got rattled down the front straightaway. Saw Coons. Triple Crown champ coming to call. And Jerry goes into 2nd and now goes to work on that top spot with 2 laps to go. That time by the starter stand. Ace McCarthy, a bit of a sitting duck for Jerry Coons Jr. to Petrie ride. As Coons tucks her into the berm down at turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Foot to the mat. White flag comes out. He's got 1 shot on his final lap at the number 28 car. Zaith kept the door closed down turn 1 and 2. He'll go to the cushion. Here we go. Good dig off the bottom. Can he get him? Jerry Coons Jr.'s not quite there in time. Ace McCarthy hangs on. Coons goes 2nd. And Seavey able to get around Laser while we were watching the battle up front into the number 3 spot. Laser will finish out 4th on the field. And Tyler Thomas rounds out the top 5 in the 91T. Now to do it for qualifiers. Holland Bruce on row number 1. Row number 2, Bennett and Smith. And Lance Bennett's been very impressive out here, too, the Colorado runner. Down the inside, looking to be one of these top 3 to advance out of this B-main event. Green comes out, and away we go. Not too shabby. 3 wide back in the field, down to turn number 2, and down the back straightaway. We're going to, whoa, a little fisticuffs. We got one sideways, keeps it running. Blew a part off of it, or a chunk of mud or something, drops all the way back through the field. That could have went bad, and it didn't. Unfortunately, 15D of Andrew Deal all the way to the tail. Now he's got to race his way back up through. One little miscalculation in navigation cost him absolutely everything. As Holland shows the way down in turn number 1 and 2. Bruce solid to number 2 spot. Bennett's got 3 at least for a little bit. He's got some company out of Kevin Bayer down the inside. Bayer trying to pick him off. Take him right to the wall down into turn number 3 and 4. He got some runner behind Alex Bright, the Pennsylvania runner. Looking for some room to roam. Look to the inside, now looks to the outside. Here comes the 44, Wesley Smith. That 3rd and final transfer spot is up for grabs. Smith, good drive coming out turn number 2. Snaps it across the nose of Bennett down into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Not good at that end of the racetrack. Gives it right back to the 10 car. Watch the run out. Turn number 2, though, for 44. That thing was hooked up. Got some company out of the number 9 of Dason Pursley. Pursley, rookie runner, racing his way up through. Gets himself back a spot. The 44 car was able to get there. Again, we're looking for the top 3 to advance. It's Holly Holland up front, Tony Bruce Jr., Kevin Bayer. Your top 3 at least for a little bit. The 91 car buys lonesome. Here comes Bright. Good charge out of the corner. That'll be your battle into turn number 1 and 2. Alex Bright drops the nose on it. Gasses that baby down the back straightaway. Running with Chisholm this weekend. The 56 car looks wide for Alex Bright. Watch the drive out of turn number 4. He's got to get it set up into the corner. And unfortunately, he's got to get out of the throttle. If he can maintain that momentum down into turn number 1 and 2, I believe he'd be able to pick him off. He's being very patient as the caution flag comes out. So unfortunately, car stopped down the inside of turn number 3 and 4. And Alex Bright, though, incredibly patient, stalking on Kevin Bayer in a 91 car. Battle for your final champions provisional could be something of that nature, but regardless, it's top 3, so we're looking at top 3. We're sticking to our guns. Green flag comes out. I think Ross Weiss would answer this one for me, for crying out loud. Now 2 and down the back straightaway. 44 car trying to get a run on it. Wesley Smith went way up in no man's land. Had to dig and paw his way out of it. And had a pretty good run down the back straightaway. He'll come to call as Alex Bright up to the back bumper. Tickles the tail feathers of 91 to Kevin Bayer. Bayer, that final transfer spot. A very coveted position as now Bright looks out wide. He was hesitant getting into the cushion. That cost him. Saw him on the binders a little too long, and that car upset and wiggled around on him, and that cost him about 3 car lengths coming out turn number 4. You cannot hesitate. Got to be on the gas, on the whip, and he'll take her down into the corner. 44 company Wesley Smith keeping him down into the corners. The white flag comes out. Holly Holland up front. Out of 2 and down the back straightaway. Bruce running in that number 2 spot. 3rd still in the hands of Kevin Bayer. Checkered flags coming out, and Bright's not going to get to him. Bayer's going to pick up the 3rd and final transfer spot coming out B-main number 1. And just for the record, Alex Bright does finish out in the number 4 spot if they do decide to take the top 4. But top 3 is what the Twitter says. Top 3 is what Machine says. That's 22, not 24. That's what math says. Picked up a ride this year with Petrie Jeff Motorsports. So getting set to go. Green flag, we're underway. Bodine digs her off the bottom. Got that company out of Noah Gas. Gas Bucky, misstep, cost him 2 spots for the 20G car. Back into the number 4. From in to out, just in the blink of an eye, down to turn number 2. 3 and 4, he'll try to get it back. Not going to happen for him. And look at the 42 car rolling for all he's worth. Coming hard for Hank Davis. Davis up on the wheel, down on the throttle. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Moves himself into the number 4 spot. He had 3rd momentarily down the front chute, couldn't hang on to it. And he'll try her again, looking around the outside. Alex Sewell right there has technically P3 on the field. Timing is scoring off just a tick, I believe, as somebody may not be tripping the trigger. Regardless, the 42 car goes into the number 3 spot now for Hank Davis. It's a big move out of the number 15. Bodine with a misstep at turn number 2. Cost him a race lead. Now will cost him the number 2 spot. And here I'm telling you, the 42 car is bad fast. Rucho Racing, number 42. Feathered the throttle for Hank Davis. He looks absolutely stellar down at that end of the racetrack. Lays her into the cushion, roosts up some dirt, and fires it onto the front straightaway, trying to run down Sarf up front. Sarf, who led a lot of his qualifier, won't make the same mistake twice. Mark my words on that. Bodine's your 3rd and final transfer spot. Alex Sewell can't get to him in the number 8 car. Cross flags come out. Bodine comes down off the banking, working at bottom. Down into the corner, turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Klossmeyer working on the number 8 car. He's got to get there soon. It'll be 5 laps to go next time by the starter stand. And Tucker Klossmeyer, the defending national champ, the POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League, picks up a spot on the number 8 car. Sewell falls back into the number 5 spot. Now Klossmeyer gasses it down the back straightaway. Needs 1 more spot to transfer to the big dance. As he goes elbows up out of turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Trailed by 2 car lengths into turn number 1 and 2. Follows into tire tracks. Trying to maintain that distance. Now he'll look topside. Turn number 3 and 4. Blaze it around, trying to gather up some momentum, make a run on the number 15 car. Bodine just quick enough. We'll have some lap traffic ahead of your race leader. Sarf's got to come up with a plan to get around. He was running the same line as Carter'd like to do in the 21 KS cars. He'll go by, 2 laps to go, and he slings it to the outside. Here comes Schlossmeyer for that final transfer spot. Too hot down into the corner. Jumped the cushion. Cost him, but my goodness gracious, did he rip his way back on? Big velocity. Schlossmeyer just got ticked off. White flag is out. He's got one more trip around. Avoids the velocity to get around the number 15 car. Got lap traffic trying to help him out up ahead. Bodine looks wide. Schlossmeyer deep down into turn number 3. All or nothing for Tucker. He'll drop the nose on it. Grab gravity to the inside. Checkered flag is out, and he's not going to get there in time. Carter Sarf's going to pick up the win. Hank Davis is going to go second. And Cole Bodine hangs on by the skin of his teeth in the number 15 car to get the final transfer out. And Schlossmeyer, your defending national champ, will not make the feature event tonight out of this B-main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best? Forget the rest. You got the cars and the driving stars of the POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League.
1-2. So we'll take him down the back straightaway, get ready to cut him loose, stack him up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time to drop the hammer. Oh, and it's going to be Carrick. First one down into the corner, trying to rip his way out. Turn number 2, and he's got the race lead. We got him side by side, 3 wide, back through the field, onto the back chute. A lot of cars looking for positions. They'll jockey their way onto the front straightaway. Trying to settle down, battle for the number 2 spot. Zeb Wide's got shuffled back. Here comes the 21 to Bell down the inside. Bell looking to go undefeated in Turnpike Challenge competitions. Got Wise right back at him at turn number 3 and 4. Zeb comes up and says, how you doing? As Bell smacking back down. Good work now, trying to run down Tanner Carrick. 32 car back behind Wise. Trey Marshall working along. Jonathan Bees in your top 5. Out of tune down the back straightaway. They'll single themselves out. Top 4 cars all going to the cushion. It's a good charge. We'll still side by side back in the field. I'm looking back through to try to find some heavy hitters. So we got a running race lead out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. And here comes Bell down the inside. Got a good drive out of turn number 2, trying to get the number 1 spot. Carrick says, nay, nay, not today. So keep him back here at least temporarily. And Bell finding some traction down on the inside. 21 car working the wheel hard down at turn number 3 and 4. Now falls back by 2 car lengths out of the corner and down the front chute. Back behind, Zeb Wise still in the number 3 spot. 4th up for grabs. Here comes the AJ car, Jonathan Beeson. Beeson, who has been quick all night long, has worked his way around the outside of the number 67 of Logan Seavey. And Beeson now going to work. Trying to drive his way up through the field. A lot of mixing it up taking place a little further back behind. Here comes your run down into the corner. 28 car on the hunt and on the prowl. Ace McCarthy working at number 8 spot on Cannon McIntosh. McIntosh, one of what is soon to be a heavy hitter, already a heavy hitter in POWRi competition. Pedals his way up through. Seavey working off the bottom, kind of slid himself up into the corner, trying to carry some speed. It almost cost him dearly. I saw the undercarriage of that race car temporarily. Bell follows in the footsteps. Lap traffic about to be a factor, and it is 2 wide and 3 wide. Out ahead of your race leaders. Down in turn number 3 and 4. Carrick still up front. Bell patiently biding his time in the number 21 car. If you don't think he's laying in the weeds, well, I got news for you. He's kind of feeling some things out. He likes running in that number 2 spot and working around on the racetrack. Which, if you talk to him, is how he picked up the win at the Chili Bowl. Kind of figured out something as here comes a run down the inside. Lap traffic's there. Slide job, drive job. Out across the nose. Carrick turns him back to the inside. Keeps him back at a number 2 spot. 44 car about to go lap down. As Bell up to his back bumper. Had to get on the binders hard. Now pedals are down off the bank. He'll come to the inside of Carrick again. Carrick's got to protect. Zeb Wise now comes the call. The 39 BC car is there. Look out. Almost contact with the 44 as he worked his way out towards the wall. Wesley Smith finds himself in a battle for the race lead. He's going to lap down. Carrick still maintains the number 1 spot. Maybe, maybe not. Bell, good drive coming off the bottom. Got him by a nose. Moves out into P1 on the field. Now Carrick back to second. Here comes Carrick. Crossover down the inside. Trying to dig it back away from Bell. Bell pinches him low. They'll touch tires. Carrick skips into the corner. Caution flag coming out. He stalled the car. Christopher Bell was keeping the door shut, coming, well, Hades or high water down into the corner. As he threw that thing sideways down in there, and unfortunately, Carrick was right there. And I'm telling you, they had their tires all tucked up and locked together like a Lego. Into turn number 1, and unfortunately, Carrick caught it, skipped out, stalled the car, and that'll take him out of the mix up front, and unfortunately bringing out the caution flag. So Bell's up there. Zeb Wise had reeled in the top 2 in a 39 BC car. Bell up front, 21 car, setting a pace on him. Clean air in front of him. He's got a long way to go before he runs down lap traffic, so he should be able to put some distance or some gone. We'll see if Wise can hang on. Good start for Zeb. As Christopher Bell runs her up across the apron and coming out of the corner, and that costs him a little time. And Wise almost comes up into the tail tank. Stair stepping down the back straightaway. We got him 3 wide out of turn number 2, and we got a charge for the number 4 spot back behind. Zeb Wise getting a lot of traction. Hoists the front end up, dangles the donuts, coming out turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Cost him some time, and we're seeing out of the AJ car as well. She is hooked up on this racing surface. Now McIntosh on the attack on Seavey. Past him at the Shamrock Classic, or I'm sorry, not Seavey. That's the number 28 car he's working on. My apologies. Ace McCarthy's look out, one up and over. Biked it up. And that wasn't really a flip as much as it was just stood it up on the nose. So he is up now. The car, his hands are up. He says, I'm good. It's all good in the hood. To get around as we get set to go back to green. Again, 14 laps remain, 16 scored into books. Lights down around the racetrack. Green flag set to flutter about. And it does so, and we're back underway. Zeb, better start that time. Laser into the cush down at turn number 1 and 2 in hot pursuit of the 21 car up front. Bell continues to show the way. 8 car. Trying to take a look there at Logan Seavey. Couldn't quite pull it off. Jerry Coons Jr. one breaks out of formation, goes down the inside. He and Tyler Thomas trying to work that bottom line. As the top shelf seems to be a place to be. Everybody trying to rip the lip all the way around the racing surface. Coons says, not for me. Gives up a spot to Tyler Thomas, 91T car. Working down into the corner, continues to persist. Working the middle of the racetrack at that end. He's got himself in the number 6 spot. So just outside the top 5 for the 91T. And I'm not sure the bottom's place to be, although more guys are getting on that train as the caution comes out. Yet again for one stop down turn number 1 and 2. So unfortunately, Holly Holland bringing her to a stop down here in the corner. Brings out the caution flag. It'll stack us back up. We need to get into that lap traffic, get this baby interesting. Up front, or Christopher Bell, he'll take these cautions. Tell me he's not digging. Keep our eye on him as well as we gas him off the cushion onto the front straightaway. Green flag out. Wise, good start. Had it timed well on Christopher Bell. Back behind McCarthy again down the inside, working on that AJ car. Beeson able to hold him off on a charge down the back straightaway. And Tyler Thomas, 2-footing it around the bottom. Drag breaks it down into the corner, got a run on the 28 car, came down and shut him off. For McCarthy, as he ran her down off the cushion, kind of kept the daylight squinted down on a 91T of Thompson. Tyler. Gas her out of the corner. Klossmeyer making a move down the inside. Up to 7th now, or 8th, thereabout for Tucker Klossmeyer. The race leader's down into the corner. Zeb Wise is under attack, not able to hold him off. He's going to give up the number 2 spot to Logan Seavey. Try to come back at him. Seavey holds him off, goes to the bottom, slides him, well, not quite out across the racetrack. I thought Seavey was headed for the cushion with 67. He got a good bite down on the inside for the 67, though, and was able to get her down the back straightaway in turn number 3 and 4. We got a spinner caution flag coming out. Oops-a-daisy. Tighten up behind your race leader. Oh, that was a quick start on him. Aha. We'll try to escape down the front straightaway. Here comes Seavey on the attack. 67 car. Good drive out of the corner. He's got some straightaway speed in that Steed. So he'll take her out to the wall. Back to the cushion down turn number 3 and 4. Watch Seavey coming out of the corner. He can clip off some car lengths. On to 21 up front, and he'll drive her down to the bottom again in turn number 1 and 2. Work out moisture draw alongside. Say, how you doing to Christopher Bell? Bell Out of turn number 4, the laps are dwindling. 6 to go. This time by the starter stand. Seavey, the closest one to run company with him. Number 3 spot for now. Zeb Wise, the 39 BC car. Then you got the AJ of Beeson back there. And Christopher Bell's now separated from Seavey. Seavey may have given him his best 2 shots, and they were not good enough. As a handful of laps remain. That time by the starter stand. Klossmeyer working around on the bottom. Both he and Tyler Thomas going to work on the AJ car for the number 4 spot. Advance themselves into top 5 as Klossmeyer running for another championship this year. Up front, Christopher Bell continues to work the cushion all the way around the racetrack. Seavey continues to work down on the inside. You got to go where they ain't. That's what he's trying to do, and trying to get that lane there. And he's hoping it'll shift before this thing ends, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. This ain't the Chili Bowl. Track not changing quickly enough for Seavey, and that line he's running in the 67 car in the number 2 spot. We'll bring it out, 2 to go this time by the starter stand for Christopher Bell up front, starting to stretch his legs on him now. Maintains a little over an 0.8 of a second advantage over Logan Seavey. And Zeb Wise is a caution flag. Comes out for 1 around, and that is unfortunately the 8J of Jonathan Beeson, who had a great evening going on and a great run and was scored 4th the last time they clipped across the stripe, and now will be scored last on the field. Find out. It's Bell up front. Set to go. Just about the same spot as last time, and Seavey wasn't ready for it. He thought they were going to wait a little later, perhaps. Keep him guessing. Here comes Seavey down the inside. Around the outside, Zeb Wise, 39 BC car in the number 3 spot. Tyler Thomas, Tucker Klossmeyer rounding out those top 5. We're going to roll out of the corner 2 laps to go. This time by the starter stand. Seavey can't get close to him. Christopher Bell was gone faster and breath mints at the singles bar at that last restart. He is mad fast out front. Down in the corner, Wes Wise is going to pester. Look out into the wall for Seavey. And now put Zeb back into the number 2 spot. Good move down on the inside to pressure the number 67. Zeb goes back to second. A white flag is fluttering about. Christopher Bell is going to be undefeated in Turnpike Challenge competitions of the POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League. Incredible. Zeb Wise finishes out second. Logan Seavey rounding out the top 3. Tyler Thomas and Tucker Klossmeyer from the tail of the field rounds out the top 5. Jake Newman is 6. Tony Bruce Jr., Jerry Coons Jr., Carter Sarf. How about the 21KS car finishing out 9th on the field? And Andrew Laser, 47 BC, the rookie runner, rounding out the top 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is 9 for 9 in Turnpike Challenge competition. From Norman, Oklahoma, let him hear you, Christopher Bell, your winner.
Nine POWRi Lucas Oil National races here in Oklahoma, and 9 POWRi Lucas Oil National wins for you. Congratulations. You seem to have found some more of that Oklahoma magic here tonight in the opening round.
Yeah, that'll work. That was a lot of fun, man. I felt really bad about me and Carrick getting together there, getting into turn 1. I had no idea he was inside of me there, just racing in lap traffic. But thank you guys for coming out. You know, if we don't have any fans come out, then we don't have a race to put on. So thank you to everyone that came out. I know it was really cold tonight. Hopefully we put on a good show for you.
And now you made this look easy, and I'm sure it was far from, but first time POWRi Lucas Oil National Midgets have raced here in Sapulpa. How much of a learning curve was that for you?
Yeah, it was tough, especially there in the feature. The track got really tricky. The ledge got built up really tall. So it was very difficult to go up there and run consistent laps. And I saw Keith over there telling me to not screw up. So just knew I had to be smooth and be consistent, and I had a really good race car too.
And who do you want to thank for this big win?
Well, just got to say thank you to Keith and Pete and Big Al, Chucky, everyone that works on these things. They do a really good job, and obviously we have really fast race cars to drive, so that makes my job a little easier.
Let's get loud for your winner, Christopher Bell. Tonight's second place finisher, Young Gun Zeb Wise, but tonight's performance, yes, you are a Young Gun, but that says that you here are the real deal. Walk us through that race.
Yeah, I knew Chris was going to be the star of the show, and that's who we had to beat. You know, there at mid-race, we were kind of hanging with him, and then Seavey got by me, and we were able to get CV picked back off there at the end, but just not enough laps. These Clausen Marshall guys had the Driven to Save Lives Sundollar Restoration number 39 BC hooked up tonight. I can't thank all of them enough. They worked their butt off for me, and to stand up here on the podium is pretty special.
Now, you started this race out near the front here on the outside of that front row. Tell us, what was the strategy going into this race, and how well did you stick to that plan?
I wasn't sure if it was going to be on the bottom or the top. Most of the time it had been on the bottom, so it's pretty cool to see a cushion up there. Hats off to the track guys. They gave us a heck of a service to work on tonight, so hopefully we put on a show to all you fans. Thanks for coming out. Congratulations, Christopher, on yet another one. We'll go at it tomorrow.
Congratulations. Your second place finisher is Zeb Wise. And we're going to grab a word with your P3 finisher tonight, Logan Seavey. Congratulations, you had the speed there. A commendable third place finish. What's going through your mind?
Just disappointed. I had such a good race car, and I drove up to second, and then I just didn't run very good laps. I got a good run on one time, and showed it through the slider, and I didn't. And then I just kept missing the bottom and 1 and 2, and that was about it for me. So just didn't run a very good race once I got to the front. So more disappointed. These guys brought me such a good race car, and I couldn't win with it.
And how fired up does that make you heading into round 2 tomorrow?
Very fired up. It seems like every year I'm racing Christopher for the lead in these things, and I just never quite get it done. So got 3 more tries this week, and hopefully we can pick it up in the next couple nights.
Your third place finisher, Logan CV. Let's give it up for your top 3.
So that'll finish it off, race fans. I'll take this opportunity to thank you so much.